Hello and a very warm welcome to today's live stream. My name is Uzair and it is time for a bit of Google Ads. It is 6th of May 2022, 3 p.m. in the UK. Every weekday on a Tuesday and Friday at this time I go live. Cover topics such as Google Ads, video ads, online digital marketing, or um, any kind of topics and subjects which will help you generate leads or sales online. If you haven't been here before, the format of these sessions is very informal and friendly. I'll cover a certain topic or a workflow, and then towards the end of the session, I'm going to answer any questions which have been put across to me during this live stream or previously during the week. So if you have any questions, then please put them in the comment box or in the description because this is being live streamed on YouTube, Facebook, where else? Twitter and LinkedIn. So I'll aggregate all those questions later on, and do tell me which part of the world you're joining in from. Okay, I'm going to make sure everything is working fine, which it looks like. So let's get the show on the road. So today I'm going to cover top tips for creating effective Google Ads for small businesses or advertisers with small budget. It's not a huge difference when you create a campaign with small budget compared to an account with a massive budget. But there are a few things which you need to keep in mind so that you don't waste your money. So let's go to point number one. Now, it's very trivial, but you need to set your budget, first of all. Uh, Google, when you're setting up a campaign in Google Ads, you cannot set up a campaign without a budget. So you got to put something in, whether it is £10 or dollars a day or 100. It really doesn't matter. Now, since we are talking about small budgets and small businesses, you can even start with a $1 budget per day. The only problem is you won't get many clicks. When I started Google Ads around 2009, 2010, I used to get one penny clicks in those days. And I remember that I used to run campaigns with £1 or £2 a day budget, and I would get literally dozens and dozens of clicks to my website, and I didn't know much about it as to what it was, what conversion tracking was, what is a landing page, because it was so brand new. We used to get traffic, and people will then fill in the form or give us a call. So we were generating leads at very low cost. So now, obviously, there's a lot of competition. In every niche, you will find that you will struggle to get any traction for a dollar. So you need to set up your marketing budget. And this is one of the most commonly asked questions. Oh, how much should I start with? I've never run this ads before. And my reply to those people is always the same. Set a budget which you are comfortable to lose. So you look at the worst case scenario that you spend the money and you did not get anything out of it. That does not mean that you have wasted or blown away your budget. What that means that you ran a campaign, it didn't work out. So what we want to do with any kind of advertising, be it Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, you want to fail fast, fail quickly, get up and get going. This is where the biggest problem is. Somebody is going to spend $300, don't get much out of it, and then they're going to stop after a few days or weeks, saying Google doesn't work, it's a scam, Google took away all my cash, and so on. It may not be Google Ads' fault. It could be your offer, your pricing, your landing page, you are trying to sell something which nobody wants. So there is always two sides of the coin. The first side is at the Google Ads end. The other side is what happens when somebody clicks on your ad and goes through to your website. So that's what most people refuse to accept, that it's not their fault, it's Google's fault. And you waste all your money, but I won't call it waste. I would call that you are buying that artificial intelligence or the data from Google to see whether these keywords or search terms are making money or wasting money. So I'm going to go through a couple of other points which will relate to that. So the first is set your budget. Set a budget which you are comfortable to lose, right? And you can start with $10, $15. The only problem is in some niches like insurance, mortgages, plumbing, your click cost could be $50, $100. And if you set a budget of $20 a day, you are not going to get any click whatsoever. So when that happens, you will need to look into increasing that budget and reevaluate your marketing spend and budget for your company. Now, this is also very obvious. Set goals, clear goals and objectives. But I see many advertisers and business owners just want to start running an ad. Oh yeah, I just want to start my ads so that we can generate leads or sales. Without these clear objectives and goals, you are going to surely fail. You got to have precise goals as to what you're trying to do. Um, so you go back and look at your business plans. What are your overall business goals, and what are your advertising goals? Now, with goals, what you want to do is to make sure that the call to action is on the landing page or on the website. What do you want them to do? You can't just present somebody a landing page or a website and presume that yes, they know what to do. They know to call us, send us an email, and so on. You don't want them to be hunting around your web pages or website. Where are your contact information? So that has to be crystal clear. The call to action, whether you want them to click on a button to call you, make a purchase, or just maybe it could be brand awareness and top of the funnel traffic, where you want your visitors to just visit your website, or you want them to view a video or subscribe to your email newsletter. So these are the kind of goals you need to look at and set them into place, so that when somebody subscribes to you, it goes into your email marketing automation software, so that you can send out weekly or regular emails. You also need to create a, a great or a good campaign structure. So you got to set things up properly from the beginning. Don't start and then build and perfect as you go along. Make it as best as you can upfront, because that's where and that's how you are going to minimize your wasted spend. You don't want to waste any money because you already are on a very low budget. And if you are wasting money, your ads are going to stop running once that daily budget finishes. So, one of the things which I see local businesses not do is set a location target, and they're running countrywide. And quite often, I've seen worldwide campaigns where there is no location targeting at all. So, those areas where you can't offer your service, if you are a dentist, a plumber, um, or any local service based business where you can only offer a service to a 10-mile radius around you, then you make sure that the location, especially, is set up. What you will also find every now and then, you are going to get calls or clicks from outside your location. So then I would recommend that you, if that is happening, then you put those locations where you don't want your ads to show up as negative uh, placements. So then you are not running any, or Google can't run any ads, because you are telling Google, don't run my ads in these locations, just in the area where I want to run. So then what you also want to do is to make sure that you curate everything from campaigns to ad groups to keywords to ads and to the target location. And what I mean by that is campaign structure is really important. So if you are running a brand campaign, let's say your business is established, people are searching for brand terms on Google, I would highly recommend that you keep that as a separate campaign. You don't want to keep branded and non-branded keywords in the same ad group or in the same campaign. So that's how you want to keep them separate and allocate as much budget as you possibly can for your branded campaigns, and then have a separate budget for non-branded campaigns. Again, ad groups depends on how you structure your campaign, whether you are using um, phrase, exact, or broad keywords. Are you putting them all in one ad group or separate ad groups? Keywords, keep them really tightly themed, a cluster of keywords which are relevant to each other and to the ads, where those keywords or a keyword for that ad group is on the ad as well. And as I said earlier on, your targeted location, you must set that up properly. Okay, the third thing is um, to make sure that your small budget goes as far as it can and doesn't run out very quickly, is few of the things which you would want to pay a lot of attention to. So for example, great landing page experience. Why do we keep going on about a landing page experience? So let's say you're going in a high street or somewhere, and you find a really good restaurant. When you say a really good restaurant, it looks great from the outside. And then you feel that, okay, it is going to be good inside as well. You go in and you find that it is not so clean, the service is poor, the food is not good quality. You did not get a good experience. So what Google is doing is they want to send traffic. Now they are referring you to somebody or somebody's business. Just like if a friend of yours asks for a accountant, you are only going to refer that person to your accountant or bookkeeper if they do a good service, if they are good. You're not going to refer somebody who isn't very good, right? Google wants to do the same thing. And this is why Google is number one, because they are going to send that click to one of the best companies, or let me rephrase, where it feels and it knows that they are doing everything which Google is asking us to do. So if Google is saying have a fast page speed, they know that we are paying attention to it. If they're saying that have all your titles, the page, and everything which Google can read about it, and it knows what that page is all about. The good call to action, the button, everything which needs to be on a landing page so that your conversion rates are high. Because Google is in the business of clicks. They make money by the clicks. If nobody clicks on the ads, they are not going to make any money. So your ad has to also have that relevancy to the search term. If somebody is searching for red apples, your ad shows up, somebody sees your red apple ad, and then when they click on that ad, they go to a page which sells red apple and not green or golden apples. And when you have this relevancy, Google is going to reward you with lower cost per click. And it all goes back to that quality score. The higher the quality score, the lower the CPC, the higher your ad rank would be, and you're going to pay less to get that click. And you are going to beat your competitors to the top position by paying a lot less than the second place, or the one penny more than the second place advertiser. Now, this is extremely important. As I said, your keyword must be on the ad and it has to be relevant. Because if I'm looking for red apples, I see the ad with red apples. If you just have a generic ad or we sell apples, the best apples, yes, you do, but I'm looking for that specific red apples. So make sure that you have that keyword on your ad so you don't attract unqualified traffic. Okay. Number 4 is use long tail keywords. Because if you have got very little budget, then you need to use long tail keywords. And what I mean by long tail is maybe 3 to 4 word keywords. So let's say, put an example on the screen. You are a wedding photographer. So what you don't want to do is to bid on just photography. It's too broad because photography could be landscape, headshots, portraits, social photography, passport photographers, product photographers. There's so many different sub niches within this niche that you will get lots of clicks, but you will not get much conversions. So what you want to do is, let's say if you are a local photographer and you don't want to travel outside your area or nationally or internationally, so then you would say wedding photographer London or wedding photographer New York or whichever area you're in. Using these long tail keywords, there is more intent, less volume, and low CPCs compared to this one. Photography, or it could be photographer. Never use these. You'll waste your budget within a matter of minutes, and your ads won't run throughout the day, and then you'll wonder why you are not getting anything out of Google because you're targeting the wrong keywords. So when you got small budgets, and especially for small businesses, I would highly recommend that you use long tail keywords. 3 word keywords start with, maybe 3 to 4. Yeah, afterwards. Yeah, so super specific long tail keywords targeted to just one product or service. So as I said earlier on, if you are let's say a dentist, so you might offer teeth whitening. You can also offer implants. Um, Invisalign is a brand for straightening the teeth, or you can say the if you also offer emergency dentist or some, if you are also offer uh, appointments at short notice because people are in pain, then you can also offer bid after the keywords which are emergency. That's what people search for, right? All 4 of these are different products or service. So you can put them as a separate ad group, one ad group per product or service, or you can separate them out at campaign level. Now, separating them out at campaign level is a lot better than at ad group level. Although it'll be a bit more work for you, you are going to reap the rewards in the long run, because if your teeth whitening campaign is profitable, this is making a loss, this is making a loss as well, and so is this one, and you're losing money on these, then you can shift all the budgets from here onto the most profitable one if it is limited by budget. You can't do that at ad group level, you see. And sometimes what happens is one of these ad groups is going to cannibalize most of the budget. So it could be that teeth whitening is eating up all your budget and the other ones aren't running as much as you would like. So you'd never know what's happening in the campaign. Could I get more clients for emergency type of work, or for dental implants and so on? So when we have these, then you can keep them in separate, or if you want to start off as one campaign, you can, but definitely keep them in separate ad groups. And then what you can do, once you know that this is profitable, and what you do is peel and stick, take this one out of this campaign and put it on its own, or stop all the other ones, let it run, and then you can put these other ones which are not so profitable into another campaign. For local businesses, also you can add the town or city with the keyword. Now, we are not making up these keywords, right? You go to your keyword planner and then you search for emergency dentist, New York. Now, New York is a very big city. No one's going to travel 1 hour to go to the dentist. They want somebody who is 5 minutes drive or local. So then you can be super specific and try for local areas within that city and see if people are searching for these kind of keywords or not. And even if you start with a broad keyword, then you will see these new search terms where people are searching for emergency dentist Times Square. Then you add this in your campaign. Okay. Um, don't spread yourself too thin. What I mean by this is you got a small budget, don't target too many of these products or services like we've got over here. I know we all want to offer all our services, but you don't have the budget, you don't have the budget. So then what you do is either start with all of them, because you don't know which one is going to be profitable or which one is going to convert more than the other, and pause the other ones which are not profitable. Scale that campaign or that service as much as you can, make more money, and then reinvest more into Google ads or Facebook ads or wherever you want to advertise. But then don't try to do too much too quickly. Um, Another very important thing which I will say, don't use broad match. Now, we don't have the broad match modifier anymore, so you can use phrase and exact. But keep an eye on those search terms for these as well, because exact is not exact anymore, and neither is phrase. So you will find other non exact search terms triggering your ads. And if you don't want those to trigger your ads, put them as negative placements. This is one of Google's very best practices, which is to use ad extensions as much as you can. So there are lots of different types: site links, call extension, structured snippets, location, and more. Use as many as you possibly can. I never say to anybody think negatively. Always be positive in life, in business, in pretty much anything and everything you do. But in this case, thinking negatively is going to make you more profitable. And this is one of the few things which I see when I audit an account, that people are spending a lot of money on ads and they're not using any negative keywords in their account. So, what you want to do is regularly, at least once a week, go in the search term report, find out which ones are not so good, put them at either account level, negative list, campaign level, or ad group level. And that's the only time you're going to hear me say that you got to be a bit think negatively or think negative. All right, number 8, track your conversions. This is critical, absolutely critical. And now I think Google have started um, to give you an error message in your account when you're setting up that your conversion tracking is not working, which is a great thing because you don't want to run any campaigns without tracking your conversions. Now, there are two types of conversions. One is a primary and one is a secondary. Primary is the call to action, which is the core action you want to do. Submit a lead form, call, download a PDF, opt in to a webinar, and so on. Secondary conversions could be like you want to see the engagement as to how good or bad the quality of the traffic is. So you can have a video view as a conversion, but as a secondary conversion, it will not track as primary. So how many people, if 100 people come to my website or landing page, how many click the video button? How many scroll to the bottom of the page? How many stay on my web page for 2 minutes or more? So these could all be classified as secondary conversions, which will assist you in making a judgment on the quality of the keyword, how good or bad it is, right? If you are a consultant or a coach and you have got multiple conversions, so let's say you drive traffic to a landing page where they opt in the name and email or phone number to watch a webinar or a value video. And from there, you want them to take another call to action, which is to book an appointment on your calendar. So you got two conversions. One is the opt-in and one is a booked call. Don't optimize for both of them. Just optimize for this one, because if you don't get the opt-ins, you're never going to get booked calls. And if you're not getting the booked calls as long as you're getting opt-ins and you're not getting any bookings in your calendar, then you need to optimize your offer. Or there's something wrong on the page. They can't see the button, is not working properly on the mobile, and so on. And that's why it is critical that you optimize for just one conversion type. And usually it is that top of the funnel, because that's the bottom of the funnel conversion, right? Optimize always for that. And then you can see, oh, I got 100 opt-ins, I got 5 book calls. How can I increase my conversion rate over here so I get more bookings without having to pay more for my ads? So hope this help you with your campaigns, and hopefully if you follow these 8 tips, you will save money and you are going to make more money and slowly increase. The thing is, you got to start small and then keep growing your account. And we have taken clients from $1,000 a month to 10,000 a month. Now this doesn't happen overnight, but over a period of time. And if you ask me, okay, how long is it going to take? We have taken clients from 1,000 to 10,000 in about 6 months, 7 months. So we have 10x their revenue potentially if the conversion rate has stayed the same. And you can really grow your company fast. And this is how you make money with Google Ads. This is how you grow your business with Google Ads. Okay. One quick update, which came across on an email from Google yesterday, I think it was, is if you are using Zapier and you have linked your Google Ads with Zapier, here's what's changing. So when you are using lead forms in Google, you can zap it straight into your um, into your CRM or the DMP. So what they said is to help you better manage leads generated from Google Ads, we're introducing a mechanism that lets Zapier retrieve leads on your behalf. So this is beginning from the 6th of June 2022. Zapier will be able to access leads that have been generated from lead form ads. So this will let you use Zapier to export all your leads to your CRM. So you don't need to have a webhook as before. Now you can zap it straight into your CRM or DMP. And what if you don't want to use Zapier? Then all you do is you unlink Zapier from Google Ads, and whatever way you want to do it, you can send those leads into your CRM or DMP. Okay, so now it's Q&A time. I can see a couple of questions come through. I'll go on to that in a minute. If you have got any questions, then start putting them in now so I can see them, and I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability and knowledge. Okay, so this was sent earlier on. What does Google Ads conversion tracking mean rather than using analytics conversion? Okay, what you mean is you can also import conversions from Google Analytics. You can also set up event tracking or conversions, obviously, in Analytics, and you can also add them in Google Ads. My um, recommendation to you would be always, always, always set up Google Ads conversion tracking in Google Ads first, because that's what Google Ads looks at, the conversion tracking which has been set up in Google Ads. You can also import it from Google Analytics. They will never match. So don't freak out, oh, my conversions are showing different numbers and metrics. It's never going to match. There will always be some discrepancy because of the time delay by the time the conversions come through. You import the Google Analytics, but you set it up as a secondary conversion, not a primary. So your Google Ads conversion would be primary, and your Google Analytics would be a secondary conversion. This is just as a backup. If something breaks in Google Ads or on the website, then you will see both of them not working. Or if it's just a problem in Google Ads and not on the website, you will see that the conversion tracking on Analytics is working fine, but it has stopped working in Google Ads. So that's why we would have both of them, one as primary and the other one as secondary. What if you have 7,000 products? Is there an easier way to move the shopping ads over to Performance Max without manually creating each asset group? Does Data Feed Watch work with Performance Max? Okay, so Data Feed Watch is a third-party app which helps you optimize your shopping feed. You can use the feed from your merchant center into Google Performance Max, so you don't need to worry about it. And you can set up as many products in an asset group, either by category or whatever, by custom labels, and it's not a problem at all. So you don't need to do this manually. Okay, how's there? I'm a beginner to use Google Ads, therefore have many confusions. I wanna know something that should we share our Google coupon code with someone else? Actually, a client asked me if this question is it stupid. Then no, there's no such thing as a stupid question. So coupon codes can only work if you are in the same country, because Google will give you different coupon codes for different countries. So if I'm in the UK, I've got a coupon code. I won't be able to apply it to an account which is based in North America or outside of the UK. The other thing is the coupon codes only work if an account has never used a coupon code before. So if Google keeps sending you coupon codes, you won't be able to apply them. It will not work. And secondly, coupon codes only work if the account is less than 14 days old, i.e., it's a brand new account. So then you can pass on your coupon code to your client. So we, as a Google partner, we get coupon codes for about $400. So if you got a pretty brand new account and you become one of our clients, we can um, offer that $400 coupon code in your account. In fact, they just automatically put that into your account. Okay, so this is these are all the questions, and I can see some more over here. Um, the other thing is, if you want to join our Facebook group, it's on the screen. Feel free to join in because it's a free community. We got over 650 members over there. It's a growing community. You can ask questions, get help, and we all help each other in there. So the URL on your screen is where you will be able to join in, and it's completely free of charge. Okay. The other one is I've got a free masterclass. If you want to learn how you can automate Google Ads with workflows and speed up your workflows, then there's a free masterclass which you can watch for free. Okay, let's go to the chat and get some questions. Uh, duh, 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 duh. Okay, hi, Tiny. I hope I've pronounced your name properly. Any tips on Google Display? Does it work better than video for brand awareness? You can't compare an orange to an apple. They both work together. So Display Network is one of my favorite channels where we can get a unbelievable amount of traffic. But if you are not careful, the traffic may not be high quality. But if you set it up the right way, Google Display Network and YouTube and Gmail are the three places where you must go to get your brand awareness. So for brand awareness, absolutely remarketing campaigns you set up for Display Network, video, and Gmail. And you'll be able to get a ton of traffic and bring back unconverted visitors to your website. So yes, I would highly recommend. But then you need to allocate certain budgets and don't stop it after a few weeks. Oh, I'm not getting any conversions. You are not going after the conversions. You are going after the top of the funnel traffic and not the bottom of the funnel, right? Let it run. Tens of thousands of impressions. If you are talking about brand awareness, that's what we want to do. Is yes, we want the conversions as well, but the conversions will happen eventually. If you got a good product, good service, people keep seeing your ads everywhere. Your ads are good. They're going to click, come to your website, and they are going to convert. We do video ads a lot. Most of our budget, I would say 80% of our marketing budget goes on video ads and about 15% on display and 5% on search, which is mostly for brand traffic. Because you video and GDN is about 6 times cheaper than the search campaign for us. So it works wonderfully well. Okay, hi Kavita. For client budget is low and client wants to focus few main services, should we go for shared budget? You can, but then you will have the same problem. And as I explained earlier on, just focus on one. Go for that most profitable service or the most profitable product or service where you have got repeat orders or the client has to keep coming back every month or every few months. So your customer lifetime value is high. And that's where you want to explain to your client and educate the client that it's not only about that first transaction. You got to look at the bigger picture. You got to look at the customer lifetime value. Whenever we get a customer in the next 12 months, we can potentially earn 6 times more than that first transaction. So you'll be able to run campaigns at a loss or break even, because when you get the conversions, you are going to get more conversions in the following months. But yeah, shared budget won't increase your budget, is going to spread yourself too thin, and none of these campaigns are going to work properly because the shared budget is being shared amongst different services or products, and you will struggle with that. What is automation in Google Ads or in ads? So automations can be Google Ads scripts, rules, smart bidding. There's lots of types of automations in Google which can be used by anyone. Another really good tool for automation, I wouldn't say automation, but to speed up your workflow, is Google Ads Editor. I would say 98% of people or advertisers using Google Ads don't know of Google Ads Editor. And most of them who also know of it don't know how to use it properly. So I can do stuff with Editor 10 times faster than you would. I can create a campaign with 10,000 keywords, one keyword per ad group, and then have multiple ad groups, one with a phrase match, another set of ad groups with exact match, have it 20,000. I know it's about 20,000 is the maximum ad groups you can have, but I'm just giving an example. So I can have hundreds or thousands of ad groups, and it's going to take me a couple of minutes. Whereas you try to do that, you'll be setting those up the whole month, and it's impossible to be able to create ads in a certain way which will outsmart your competitors, because everybody goes into the Google Ads interface and sets up the same campaign the same way, whereas you will be able to segment those keywords, those ads, negative keywords, and so on at lightning fast pace. Okay, so I think we've covered quite a bit today. I've got another call to hop on. So thank you so much for being here. And I thoroughly enjoyed those questions as well. Have a great weekend. I'll be back on Tuesday, same time. So till then, stay safe and have a great weekend. Bye for now.